Welcome to the most contested city on the planet. Today we are in Jerusalem, and we are here after spending time at the Dead Sea, Masada, and the Sea of Galilee this past week. To start our time off here, we are going to be exploring the Old City and going to some of the most iconic sites like the Dome of the Rock, the Western Wall, and going to the City of David. Then tomorrow we're going to be hitting up some of the most famous sites in Christianity in the New Testament, which is what has brought us here to Jerusalem. We won't be going into any of the history or the conflict. We are just going to be showing you what some of the most important sites in Judaism, Christianity, and Islam look like today to visit in Jerusalem. So let's go.
We just went through the first security checkpoint for the Western Wall. I'm pretty sure they said that there was going to be another one, but it is definitely very secure and very tense over here.
Our first stop today is the Temple Mount, which is also the Dome of the Rock. This is where the Muslims believe that Muhammad ascended to heaven, and this is where the old temple was destroyed, which is why the Jews are outside worshiping on the Western Wall. They are not allowed inside here. I got this skirt because leggings are not allowed, the leggings under my sweater. Today we're not allowed, so I was given a skirt to wear inside this area. There is so much security to go through to get into this area. It's open for a chunk of time in the morning, then it closes from 10 to 12:30 and then opens again for the afternoon, so definitely check the hours before making the trek over here. And like I said, the Western Wall is right outside of here where the Jews are worshiping the remnant of the old temple. The Western Wall was the closest thing that's now remaining to where the original temple would be, which is why they worship there. You can put your prayers in there and the little crevices, as it's believed it's sent to God. There's also a law that none of those prayers can be thrown away, so what they do is they sweep up the prayers and then they bury them, I believe, at the Mount of Olives. So we just finished our time at the Western Wall as well as the Temple Mount, aka the Dome of the Rock. While we were filming in front of the Dome of the Rock, we were quickly cut off and told that we could not film there and that if we tried to film again, we'd get kicked out of the area. So we quickly wrapped up our time there. There were so many armed guards on the complex. It was really a pretty crazy environment. Then we came back down to the Western Wall where we split up versus guys and girls, went up to the wall, were able to touch the wall. Everyone was saying prayers. The girls' side was like very quiet, very solemn.
The men's section was definitely quite a bit bigger, so there was like the outside courtyard area, but then you could also like go into a tunnel, and inside of that tunnel there was a library. There was a lot of people praying and worshiping in there. So definitely if you're a guy visiting the Wailing Wall, make sure you go check on that tunnel as well and check out those libraries.
Next, we're gonna grab some lunch here in the Old City as we make our way over to the City of David.
We are now here at the City of David, and this is like the oldest portion of Jerusalem. This would have come even before the Old City, and this is where David like really settled Jerusalem. We're currently looking at something called the Large Stone Structure. Not a very original name, but that's all right. It is a possible place for like the original palace of King David. So also here at the City of David is Hezekiah's tunnels, and so we're gonna go walking through those. There's a dry tunnel and a wet tunnel. So we're hoping we got the dry tunnel because we didn't bring anything to go through walking through water. It goes up to about your waist, so it's actually pretty deep. I did see a lot of people changing gear to get ready to go into that water. I personally didn't have actually written anything about that, so I was not ready for that. So like I said, hopefully we can get into the dry tunnels.
Maybe it's better for you just a few minutes when you,
Oh, okay.
or maybe you go.
So we're now down by the tunnels. There are two different tunnels. There's Hezekiah's tunnel, which is the water one, and then there's the Canaanite tunnel, which is the dry one. The Hezekiah tunnel is over 500 meters long, and then the Canaanite tunnel is only about 100 meters long. So since we're not ready to go walking through water, we are just going to take the Canaanite tunnel.
Here we go. I'm very claustrophobic, so I'm worried about this.
This tunnel is very narrow. I can't even walk like straight through it. Oh, I made it. The old city of David has been one of my favorite places today to visit. There's like a lot of information here. It's super cool to see like the remains of King David's original city of Jerusalem. But now we're gonna head back into the old city. We just made it to the Tower of David. Unfortunately, the museum inside of this is under renovation, so a lot of it's closed down. So we're just gonna keep on heading over to the Rampart Walls, which is where you can walk on the walls of the city of Jerusalem. But this was pretty cool. We did get to pop in, just quick check it out. There is a moat, which I was super fascinated by. But like I said, most of it is under renovation, so we're just gonna skip over it.
So we are now up on the ramparts, which is the wall that Suleimani built. We entered at the Jaffa Gate, and we can really walk along as long as we want to. There's a lot of different gates where you can then choose to descend this rampart wall if you want to, but Suleimani built this in defense. It's the amazing wall around the old city that we can still see today, and inside these walls are the 4 different quarters, the Christian, Armenian, Jewish, and Muslim quarters, which we've been walking through today, which is really incredible. There's also about 45,000 people that live within the city walls. It's really so much history, so much culture, so many religions packed into about 1 square kilometer. We just walked past Hezekiah's old wall, which unfortunately was completely covered, which was really sad. I don't know if it's under renovation or what's going on there, but that's the wall that Hezekiah built when he was trying to defend Jerusalem from the Assyrians. Now today, the wall that you can see is Suleimani's wall, so we're gonna go walk those ramparts right now. We have now made it around to the Damascus Gate, which concludes our walking tour around the old city of Jerusalem today. It's truly been an amazing time. Even just sitting and watching the people walk by is an incredible experience. So highly recommend, but stay tuned because tomorrow we are getting up early for another full day of walking as we walk to all of the important Christian sites in the New Testament tomorrow, which we are so excited about. So stay tuned. We'll see you in the next one.